1, 2, 3, 4.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's right, the big dick is here. Get ready. May we start?
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Tasty Tuesdays talk. I'm Zebra, and today on this show, I got Mr. J.O The Show.
That's me. Showtime.
It's showtime. How we doing?
I'm doing great. I'm blessed. I'm really blessed. Not the generic blessed and favored. I'm really blessed.
You're blessed.
Yeah.
So you're seriously blessed.
I'm blessed. I got a lot of great things happening. I'm here.
Do you think that word's overused?
Absolutely. That's why I had to
okay, that's why I was checking on it, because there's a thing on social media where there's people they make videos about being blessed, and you know, it's just being thrown around, tossed around.
And maybe everybody is blessed.
Yeah.
So,
But if you don't, blessed is kind of a religious connotation, right?
It is. So, a lot of people ain't really. Hey, God love everybody.
Yeah.
So whether you know it or not, whether you love him or not, so everybody's blessed.
Yes, blessed.
But I feel it in my bones. I had to tell you that.
Well, welcome on the show. How's your day today?
It's great. Started out low energy, but we here.
Mm-hmm.
Had some sausage McMuffins this morning. Great source of protein. I know you probably you probably don't eat that stuff, but just a sausage patty and an egg, it's good for you.
I actually gave it up.
Yeah?
I gave up meat. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I want to get there at some point. No chicken, no fit, meat, everything. What do you mean?
Just vegetarian would be. Yeah, vegetarian. So I'm not eating any type of meat.
Okay.
I was eating fish, doing a little pescatarian thing, and then I saw this documentary called Seaspiracy.
Was that about all the plastic in the ocean? Was it that one?
Well, they talk about some plastic, but it's more about the fishermen's and how they're polluting the ocean. The huge corporations, and it's pretty graphic what they show, what's happening, like the killings of all sorts of marine life, whether it's dolphins, whales. Those are the most extreme.
No, I bet it's vicious. I'm sure.
Yeah. So they start off at very graphic, and after that, I haven't eaten fish.
So documentary
changed my life.
My girlfriend stopped eating meat for 8 months after we watched Okja. You saw Okja? You didn't see that? It was won a lot of awards. It was a movie on Netflix or something about these. It was science fiction, because it was these fictional humongous pigs based on pigs or something, and they were getting slaughtered. They were being farmed and slaughtered up. Fatty, big pigs, and they were trying to get them as big as they could, and turn my girl off. So she stopped eating meat.
Is this all over the world, or a certain type of culture?
I think it was symbolic of just because, I said, it's a science fiction movie.
Oh, it's an actual movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, it's not a documentary at all.
Okay.
It's based on us.
But it's not. It's fiction.
It's fiction.
Okay.
Breeding. Yeah, because the animal was fake. It was a mixture between a cow and a pig.
Okay.
Yeah, but she stopped eating meat. Not me. I love steak.
Made you want to eat meat
chicken.
more.
I did. I did look at things a little differently, but it didn't turn my stomach. You know what I mean? So we kept it rocking.
Yeah, watch the documentary. That might change your thing.
I'm not gonna seek one out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To stop eating meat,
but it's it's not only graphic but informative. So, but
good for you, man. You look good.
Thanks. Yeah. So occasionally I had meat actually.
See, never mind.
Well, my parents were visiting. My mom cooked a steak.
It's always family that they could push you away from your diet, your workout routine. They come into town, they wreak havoc on your routine.
Well, I only had and I haven't had
done?
steak in almost 2 years, and I was 48 hours, so I was queasy.
You get the meat sweats?
Meat shits.
The meat shits? that too.
Yeah. So, but anyways.
But I digress.
Yes. So yeah, the sausage patties, you had some caffeine, and now you're wired, and now you're here.
I'm here.
And ready to talk.
Ready to rock and roll, Zebra.
Let's give an introduction to the J.O Show. J.O The Show.
J.O The
You
Show.
gotta make sure you say the.
J.O The Show. It's not J.O The Show. A lot of people think because I rap, it's The Show. J.O The Show, rapper, SAG-AFTRA actor. I just had to get my SAG card. That's $3,000. Okay? They don't tell you that. They want you to sign up, get an agent, you get your SAG card, and you're good to go. That's $3,000. Paid it off. Thank God. Booked some gigs, and we rocking and rolling. Songwriter, instrumentalist, producer, visionary, the vision scary. You know what I mean? I'm all things. Anything I put my mind to, I realize I'm that. You know what I mean?
So you can do anything and be successful at it.
Yeah, you know, you watch a lot of people who've done, you know, you meet kids who do karate. You know, they're good at singing, they're good at body. Like, how do you do all these things? They're just born talented. It's like, no, they were introduced to a lot of things. Some things stuck, some things didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we find these people who are super talented at a bunch of things, and it's just like they were exposed, they tried, and you just pick up skills. They're average at a lot of things, you know. I decided to start trying things. Get out the box.
So were you exposed to all these things early age?
No. I was in the house. Growing up in the 90s, TV raised me. Shout out to Full House. Shout out to Martin. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Used to watch Golden Girls with my like the TV. I was a TV kid, for real. And of course, going outside time to time, but like I wasn't in programs. I didn't do karate. I didn't go to, you know, lessons for piano. Like I went to school, played outside, and then watched TV. Now that I'm older, I'm trying everything I can try, and it's really fun. I wish I did it when I was younger.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in South Florida, next to MIA. Yo, shout out to Miramar, Florida. Went to school, AC Perry, what's good? I grew up in South Florida. I lived there till I was 10. Right after 9/11 happened, I don't know why my mom wanted to move to New York, but we moved to New York, lived in Queens, shout out to Queens for like 2 years. Went to high school in Pennsylvania, did all my high school there. Went to college in Iowa, got my bachelor's in business administration. Don't use that degree. But hey, it was a good experience. And then now I'm here, Cali living, LA living.
You were telling me off the air that you moved here 5 years ago.
I did.
So you weren't pursuing music before that, or?
Nah, I have a long history of, I knew what I wanted to do since I was young. Right,
it was music.
It was music. I wrote my first rap when I was 10 years old. You know, I recorded my first song, downloaded beats off LimeWire, downloaded Audacity off of LimeWire.
You used Fruity Loops?
I did. I had the demo version, and I was making all this music. But I still went to college and wasted, not wasted time, but I knew what I wanted to do since I was like 10 years old. And I went this long way of listening to my grandma. She was like, you got to do something that, secure. Job security is a big thing out here.
They say listen to your elders.
And I did. And I tried to stop making music. I tried to suppress it, but I couldn't, So I ended up getting back to it every single time.
And what was that rap about when you were 10 years?
I was like, in New York, we had a principal. Her name was like Miss Gadot or something like that. And in the lunchroom, she would just come through and grab people. We were bad. We were throwing food. We were a mess in the cafeteria. Lunchtime was rowdy time. She would make her rounds through the cafeteria and come grab us. And I made a song about Miss Gadot. I don't remember what I said. I said something hot. Come and grab your shirt like Miss Gadot. And everybody was like, oh. And I was like, I was 10. And I was listening to a lot of like Jadakiss in New York. I'm listening to Jadakiss. 50 Cent was out. Jay-Z. All I'm hearing on the radio is like MCs for real. And I just made up a little 2-bar scheme. I just copied everything I ever heard in my head that they did. I just like, something hot. Grab you by the shirt like Miss Gadot. And I was just like, once I saw that reaction, I was like, I could do this. I could do this. I remember that. Yeah, vividly. Yeah.
So fast forward to your university, and then shortly after you got into music then?
No, so in college, I kind of went a little harder. I went to school in Iowa. Shout out to Iowa. The state of Iowa is literally 98% white. Like I'm not making that up. The population is Caucasian. And on my campus, hip hop was not a thing that was celebrated. It's very few black kids. It wasn't a lot of opportunity for me to rap. If I wanted to join the choir, cool. If I wanted to join the band, play the trumpet or something, cool. But a platform to rap, it wasn't there. So there was an open mic every once in a blue my freshman year. My sophomore year, I got together with a couple of the few black kids there. And I was like, we got to hold something that we could put on open mics at least once a month. So that's what we did. I started an organization called The Outlet. Some people might remember it's called The Outlet, Wartburg College. They might be using the name still because we blew it up. But we put on open mics once a month, and we had people rap, do poetry. I don't care if you wanted to do some kind of dance, something, anything that wasn't celebrated by the university, which was the choir and all this operatic singing. You could do it, at our event. And we had it in the study areas of our, what's that called? The dorm areas. Every dorm had some big spot where you could gather, where people study. But we would set it up with the organization, get that. We had the auditorium. We used to get that auditorium for a few hours, do the open mics there. And so I was able to rap whenever I wanted to. Did a lot of collaborations. I got on stage, and that's where I got comfortable, rapping in front of people. Because before I just, rap to the homies at the table,
So you found some, were your homies all white?
Made a lot of white homies. Shout out to the white people. But it was
Iowa,
me
so.
and the niggas that wanted to rap and couldn't rap.
Because it's easy to find each other.
Come on, we stick together, man. We find each other, and we made something happen. And if it wasn't for the white homies in the group, white guys and gals, we actually got certified by the school and recognized as an official organization. So before, we were this rogue unit. You just see a bunch of people in the study once a month, and you're like, what's that? But then after a while, we were certified. We were legit with the school. Like I said, we could get the auditorium after that. We held a festival. It was called The Outlet Presents FABA. It was for us, by us. We were able to get a stage on the lawn of the campus. We had performers come from local universities. Man, this was dope. Now that I'm talking about it.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what you're saying right there. Reminds me of the great things about college.
Yeah,
you do these things that set you up. Well, you don't know what you're going to do in the future, but
it's way bigger now.
You're setting up an actual event.
Yeah.
That could be possibly now, right? So
and it was a lot of, and it was that at that point it was white, black, whoever, because everybody felt like they had a part, something they could do that wasn't, like I said, part of the school's thing that they pushed, and it wasn't just white. Sorry to say, it was just they pushed a lot of Eurocentric ideas and crafts. So yeah, we pushed that forward, man.
And this was the focus was poetry.
Any urban hip hop driven,
all
that culture. It was culture driven,
Okay.
Real culture. Do whatever you want to do.
Expression.
Expression.
Vocal expression.
Yeah.
Human expression.
And that's where I was getting
through
busy.
words, all through words.
Yes, exactly.
So this was a cappella or
A cappella. Yeah, I ain't really have no songs.
Were you playing music then? Did you know how to play
I
instruments?
didn't know how to play nothing. I just knew how to rap. Rap is my foundation. That's where everything, all my sense of rhythm, my sense of timing, even when I play guitar, my sense of timing is just like how I would flow, how I would rap, where I would put the syllable, when I hit certain notes. It's just all of it comes back together. It really does.
So when did that all began, like from learning instruments to taking your music career to what you wanted to focus on?
So I graduated. I'm about to date myself, 2014. And I got a job in Iowa. Can't believe I stayed like another 2 years in Iowa. But my first year graduating, I remember I started working. I was getting money. I was doing all right for a 22, 23-year-old. After like 6 months of working, I went to Guitar Center. I was doing research for months. Like, what do I need to produce? What do I need to record myself? And I looked up the microphones. I was like, I'm going to get a MacBook. I'm going to get the KRK Studios, the Rockets. I looked it all up. And I just remember going to Guitar Center on a shopping spree. I spent like, besides the MacBook, I spent like, $2,000 at Guitar Center. Then I got the MacBook for like another $2,000. Downloaded Logic Pro X. And yeah. And then I just started learning how to make music there. You know what I mean?
In Iowa still.
In Iowa. I learned how to make music in Iowa. Yeah. So before graduating though, I did the school's Eurocentric band, everything that they favored. I did meet some cool people in there. I forget his name. I think his name was Nate. He played piano, and he used to come. He rapped also. So he played piano in the proper campus stuff, but he rapped on the side. And he would come to the events quiet, and after a while, he started doing his poetry. He opened up, and I was like, dude, you rap. Like, that's dope, bro. Like, white boy rap. I don't know what that means, but it was like he didn't want to be big about it. You know what I mean? And I was like, can you teach me piano? Like, can you on the side, like when you're free, like after the open mics? And he was like, yeah. So for like 2 months, he showed me the basics of keyboard. And then I graduated after those 2 months. And as soon as I went to Guitar Center, when I told you I got a little MIDI keyboard, I kept doing these exercises he told me. So I did those for like 3 months straight. Like every day I would get up and like do major and minor chords. I would just like drill them. I wasn't even learning music. This was like very robotic, nothing musical about it, like learning chords. I was doing the scale exercises. And that's where I got the foundation to produce. Like all of that stuck in my head. And then I became more musical over time, but it was very stiff and rigid. Yeah.
What was that moment though that you realized like, I need to make that step forward to, okay, I'm going to buy this, buy that, and actually do this with my life and, put forth to all this?
Every day I would get off work, I would just watch TV after a few months, and not doing those shows at camp, it was starting to get to me. It was like, how do I express it? It's been a while since I've been able to rap in front of people, and I needed to do something. So that's when I got the gear. I was like, I could start recording on the side, because I was about to be a career person. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wasn't thinking about music like that anymore. I was about to work my way up in this company, make 6 figures in a few years, and I'm chilling. Like, so that's what I was doing. But after work, with all this time, the soul wants to express itself. The body wants to work out. You can't sit down too long. You cannot express yourself. So after a while, it just took a few months. And then I had to get it. That's when I just started learning, rapping, sounding terrible, like engineering-wise. I didn't know what I was doing, but shout out to YouTube.
YouTube degree, the YouTube degree.
I got a billion YouTube degrees.
Well, nowadays we can learn so much.
Everything.
It's right in the palm of our hand.
Everything.
If you choose to use, those tools. So then 2 years Iowa after, is that when you moved to LA? Or you had made another pit stop?
Another pit stop. Reno, Nevada. I went to Reno, Nevada for a year. I worked as a transportation broker.
So you just got another job.
In my head, it was one step closer to California. I was just trying to get to California.
You knew.
So
you already
knew.
When
I left that job, I knew I wanted to go to California, but I was still like, can I do this? Like, is this possible? Like, I've never been there. How am I gonna, I don't have any connections. So my homeboy who I went to college with, Iowa, so many connections. He lived in Reno, Nevada. Shout out my boy Thomas. And he said, I could get you a job. Like, if you want to move to Nevada. I was like, okay, pit stop, and then I'll go to Cali. So I went there, hated it. I should have went straight to California. I was being scared. I hated it so much. I left within like 9-10 months. It wasn't even a whole year.
You're like, I'm ready to go.
I had to go. And then that's when I went full-blown Cali mode, yeah. Have some, those kind of scratchy. Full-blown Cali mode.
And it's been uphill since.
It's been uphill.
Well, you're doing what you love, right?
Yeah. And then I just learned so much here. I'm glad I moved. I wish I would have done it sooner. But everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Everything prepares you for the next phase of life.
Yeah, I mean, if all those pit stops, per se, were just, part of the journey to get you here. Mm-hmm. And that Reno stop, you probably wouldn't have realized how much, you hated it to get, that Reno stop is what you needed to get to LA. Mm-hmm. Or you would have just went to Vegas first and then I'm a little bit closer.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I felt, but being there, I felt so close, but so far. You know what I mean? I knew Cali was one state away. I'm working 12 hours, 13 hours a day. I'm tired. I can't make music when I get home. I'm like, how am I going to make music? How? And you can't. The answer is you can't. I mean, you can. Everything's possible, but working 13 hours a day, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I had to leave. Yeah.
Oh, you were doing 13 hours and
12. I was a manager at a train. You got to check emails. Even on the weekend, you're checking emails. Like, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. And it didn't work. So
you moved here in 2017, if I do the math right?
16.
16. And then you started releasing music in 18?
I think so. Wait.
That's
You know what? I don't claim to be a mathematician. And you probably said it right the first time. Maybe it was 17.
Well, I was just putting from what I was looking at your catalog, your music catalog, that I noticed 2018. So I'd assume you.
You know what? So.
And you said 5 years.
My battle with imposter syndrome has been real over the years. So when I first came here, I knew I wanted to do music, but you hear these little voices in your head like everyone's a rapper, everyone's trying to do music, So that was.
Well, why is everyone moving here?
Yeah, but
mean, you know,
that voice was louder than like I can do this, or like this is what I came for.
So it's doubt.
There's a lot of doubt, and I was still making demos. I moved out here, and I started working at a studio in North Hollywood, and I went under the guise of like, if I do like producer work, because at this point I was getting pretty good, like. I was starting to play things I heard in my ear. It was all starting to connect.
Is that how you play though? By ear?
It's a mixture because I have the structure of what Nathan showed me in college and just basic fundamentals of theory. I grew from that, and I love theory. It helps me understand.
Well, music theory, it just makes your job a lot easier versus playing by ear. And so, I mean, you can do it by ear, but it just speeds up the process, obviously, as you know.
You can recreate, if you can, like before, I would play something and it would sound beautiful, it would sound lush, all these thick chords, but I didn't know why it sounded like that. And I couldn't redo it. It would take me forever to re-hit the notes again. And it's just like, if you know theory, you can figure that out and recreate. You want to be able, like a basketball, you want to have the same form every time. You want to have that foundation down to replicate, the results as best as you can. So theory just helps me put it all together. So it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what were you saying?
What was I saying?
Oh, the imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome. So I was like, at this time I'm getting good at like, I had a lot of demos. There were so many songs I created and just left and like I didn't even do nothing with, but I would let people hear and be like, that's fire. I'm just like, all right, it's on the hard drive. And I went to a studio in North Hollywood and I went on Craigslist and they were like looking for producers and songwriters. I was like, I could do that. So I pulled up, met the owner, met some of the engineers, and they was just like, yo, we got to, make something right now. They had Logic open. They were just starting out. I'm realizing they were just trying to figure it out too. They was just like, yeah.
Who put the ad on? What were they looking for? They were looking for music producers, but for who or what?
They said a lot of things.
But they had a studio.
If you move out here, and if you don't meet people who are overselling what they trying to do, you ain't doing.
Well, that's what
right
I thought
yet.
your imposter syndrome is. What you're meaning was like.
No, like, what did you think I meant?
Well, when you said imposters, like before you being something that you're not. That's what I was thinking.
Right. But I'm talking about with the studio, they were saying, hey, we need writers and producers to submit stuff to Columbia Records.
Oh, okay.
And so
that's kind of like imposter syndrome.
That was not true. Yeah. But they were saying, hey, but anyway, I produced something on the computer real quick, and it was like 20 minutes. Yeah. Like, oh, dude, we definitely need you on the team. Yeah, they were like, we need you on the team. So I started working with that studio as a producer. So,
is it a paid gig?
They said we get paid when we sell beats, when we sell songs. That's what
freelance. So you're pretty much a freelancer still.
So that's what happened. So I was doing that for I wasn't even rapping for a while. So when I first moved here, maybe that's why it was a delay in the time of me moving here to me releasing music. So
if you moved here in 2017 or I mean, it was only 1 year anyway, so it wasn't that big of.
Yeah, I was definitely but I wasn't in artist mode. Like I'm J.O The Show. Now I am J.O The Show. I am who I am. But before it's like, maybe I could produce. Maybe I do rap too. But like everything was just like clouded with doubt. Everything. Yeah.
When did that moment hit? When you're like, that doubt, just you brushed that off, and those voices in your head.
When I left that studio, man, when I was just like, yo.
It's like you were getting all these little jobs that you didn't really like.
Yeah.
I mean, even with the business side and the transportation, and then even that it was with music, you didn't like it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. When I knew them niggas, when I was like, these niggas lying, bro. And when I was tired, I was spending so much time working on beats that wasn't going to Columbia Records.
Were they just taking your?
I don't know what was happening.
So I was wondering, because if you were making these beats, once you gave it to him, you never saw him again, or
we had like a shared file folder.
Library.
We could always access it when we wanted to, but another it just wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's where I met Christopher Leon. So when Christopher Leon came in, that nigga knew he was an artist. Like he came and he was just like, yo, I'm trying to rap, I need beats. And so the whole producer team was like, all right, let's help him with this, and that. And so that's where I met Christopher Leon. And when he was just so confident about it, like I remember we got cool fast. I was just like, yo, I could do that. Like I need to be acting like that. That's what I remember. Because he met me as a producer. Like a lot of people didn't even know I rapped. Mm-hmm. And then so a lot of that was like, oh, this nigga.
Yeah, the song you collaborated with, you were singing on that, right? The chorus?
We got which song?
Oh, no, on his album, when he was a different alias.
So we did a whole project together.
Yeah, I know. I listened to it. Was one of your earlier songs released by you.
We got a whole project together.
And when I listened to that, I was like, he came out, on guns and blazing, with his rap. And then you're like, oh, we're gonna start like this.
Yeah. So I was on chill mode, and we would get in the studio. I'm still producer J.O, and he be rapping to some beats we made, and I just start messing around, like flipping the top, you're sipping the top, dot. And I remember everyone would
Mrs.
look
Dot.
at me, like, Miss, grab you by the shirt, like Miss Dot.
Comes back again.
Everybody would just look at me like, yo, you rap? And to me, it's just like, I've been rapping. It's not a big thing. It's not. So for everyone to be like, every time I would do it, I was just like, yeah, like, this is what I do. So Christopher was like, yo, nigga, you rap? I'm like, yeah, like, and he was like, yo, and Christopher, that nigga was about it. He'd be like, yo, get on this song. Like, get on this song. And I had my homeboy, Jonas. He moved out here with me as well. He made beats. So Jonas had beats. Christopher would come over, and he'd be like, yo, let's make a song. Let's make a song. That's what he was on. And I was just like, yeah, whatever. Let's do something. Y'all figure it out. Or, Jonas make the beat. Christopher, whatever you want to do, let me know. Like, this is when my bravado was coming out. Because it's just like, y'all niggas surprised I could rap. Whenever you're done, I'm going to write my verse in 20 minutes. Like, that's when I realized what I was doing was not normal. It was just like...
Oh, wait, when you did everything fast.
Like, Chris and him would make the beat, and they'd be like, yo, come on, like, I want to get this done. I was like, don't worry about it. Don't trip. You know what I mean? 20 minutes, mm-hmm. 20 minutes. We made that project we made over a weekend. And after that, Chris was like, yo... I've never written that fast in my life. Because he would do his thing, and after the first couple tracks where I'm making pancakes or whatever, I'm like, yo, let me hear what you got. Oh, dope. All right, I'll be right back. Finish making pancakes, come back. I was like, you laid it down already? All right. All right, give me like 20 minutes. Jonas played a beat a couple times. And, the look on his face was just like, you know what I mean? And then that's when
that gave you confidence after that?
Yeah, I was just like that. And that's where it came from. It's like Christopher was super rapper guy, mm-hmm. right? Or I'm the performer. This is what I came to LA for. Let's do it. I'm like, if I'm rapping faster and I don't have the same amount of confidence, I'm like, I was like, there's an imbalance here. There's a problem with me. Like, I should be feeling the same way. And that's when we made the whole project. And he, like, every song, he wanted to put it out. I didn't think nothing of it. I wasn't putting out music. I didn't care. I didn't think nothing of what we were doing. Chris was in artist mode. He was like, yo, let's put these out. I'm like, they good? Like, they good enough to put out? Like, we didn't take no time on this. There was no time. I thought I was like, oh, let's go. Because I do this in my sleep. From now on, I do this. I can do this at any moment.
Well, it sounds like that you needed to be in a room with other talented people.
Exactly.
Versus like when you did that job in North Hollywood, you said they were just learning themselves until you got in a room and like people were making music and like you saw other people's workflow and like, oh, it's taking him a while, you know, and me, why is it? That was your spark.
It put it in a perspective, and I don't know. Before that, I don't know, but it took that and being a part of that studio. I saw other artists come in too, and it's just like, you know, not trying to clown anybody. It's just like I'm better than this nigga, and he's Mr. Hotshot.
Well, it also sounds like that it just comes naturally to you, you know. And everyone has a different creative flow. Some people have to like say you're making an album and it's drawn out for a whole year. Some people have made an album in like a few weeks, you know, it's just, everyone's different how they create music or create anything. So, yeah, that's a great natural ability if it comes natural to you.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I get when I've seen your videos, you're playing around on instruments. It just seems like you can create things easily.
Just be flowing.
Even listen to your music. We haven't really talked about your music, but from your earlier stuff, when you started releasing, that was just like straight up hip hop rap, your first few songs. Then you came out with the album, instrumental. What was it called?
While the Sun is Down.
While the Sun is Down. And that one is very interesting. You know, that just shows, first give you a glimpse of like, oh, I'm a producer. Yeah. You know, here's to the world, I'm a producer, and I'm going to make something very experimental. And then after that, it wasn't straight up hip hop. You had one, it was like almost synthwave.
I was in a moment. I was in a phase.
And that it was very like synthwave indie pop in a way.
Are you talking about Mexico '93?
Run, baby.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, I loved your stuff when you were dropping in 2020. It was like a strip of like hit after hit to me. I really liked that whole collection.
Thank you.
After because you did if I remember correctly, I looked at the dates and you dropped the album March, and then after that you were dropping like a single every other week or something.
I was trying to be consistent. Consistency thing. Yeah.
I was wondering, is it because of the pandemic you took a long break? Because
Absolutely. I was furloughed from my job, and those songs were actually old, but I kept humming them. I kept singing them to myself. And if you got something like that, you gotta put it out. You know, these things that you can't forget. There's a gazillion songs I've done that I don't hum. I don't sing to myself in the shower. Those songs, those melodies, those textures of the instrumentation, it would just kept popping up in my head. I was like, yo, these are dope. Like, I need to put these out. And so I had time to just finish them up. And that's what I did, just dropped them. And I was supposed to keep dropping every 2 weeks the rest of the year, but, I couldn't keep it up, the consistency wise, but I was trying.
Is it because you didn't start releasing again until this year?
This year, yeah.
So you took...
Well, I did another song collab with Chris last year. We dropped one more song, put out a video. And so since last year. As
a single?
As a single, yeah. And but solo stuff since 2020, like you said.
So how would you describe your music? I mean, I just said a few different subgenres there, but you don't stick to one script, obviously. But
nah. And I thought it was because a lot of people have a sound. I thought I kind of envied people who have a certain sound, and like you can pick them out, and that's them by the certain drum sound they use or text like synths or chord progression. I was just like, I'm so influenced by so many things that I'm scattered across the place. I'm like, this might be hurting me. This might be, making me lose or not be able to garner a fan base. But really, what wasn't helping me garner a fan base was inconsistency. That's a different point. But I love vaporwave. Like everybody does. I think it's taking over.
Vaporwave. I guess it's called vaporwave. Yeah.
Vaporwave.
It's more electronic, right?
I was on that 2015, yo. I really was. I feel like it's become more mainstream now. But anyway, I love 80s music. I love pop. I love soft rock. I love alternative.
Yeah.
Hip hop obviously is my foundation, but I love music and I love records. And now, my project, I just dropped In My Body. Out now, In My Body, J.O The Show. It's a banger. It's like it's science, sci-fi, cinematic rap. You know what I mean?
It reminds me of. We go back to your album again. Kind of almost the first track. The very first track, it's like dum 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 dum.
I think that one I was going crazy. I had just got a sampler and I was going crazy chopping it up. I was just hitting stuff.
And then
yeah.
There was one. It's I think it's your first 5 or 10 songs on Spotify, and it's off the album too. And it kind of has that same sound. I noticed Nordic starts with that.
Hardcore Norp.
No, Hardcore Norp.
Was it that one?
Yeah, Hardcore Norp. That one gets crazy too.
That was a wild time.
But that kind of like, it reminded me of that in a way. I just heard little elements of it.
Yeah, I love how I didn't care about structure.
Yeah,
I
that's what I was saying. You don't
nothing.
You break
when I
the
was making
structure.
that. Yeah, and so for me, there's a quote, I forgot who said it, but I heard Skip Bayless say it on Undisputed like 5 years ago. I forget who said it, but anyone who is any good is different from anyone else. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be you have to stand out. Simply, you have to be different from anyone else. And people who can do that, tend to be exceptional. And so all, glimpses of that in my mind of just be different. Just be different. Like, because I would get in my head, like, I'm not the best producer. I'm not the best this. I'm not the best that. But I can sound different than you. Because everything sounds the same right now. There's like 2 genres. I'm over exaggerating, but there's a gazillion types of music, but right now there's like 5 different genres. And you can
Well, you're just talking on the radio though.
On the radio. You're right. But what's popping? So it's just like to stand out, you just be different.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say be different. I would say you're just being yourself.
Be yourself.
Yeah. I mean, it's when people
who's any good is different than anyone else by nature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's hard to be different.
It is.
People try so hard to be different, but if you are not, like you said, we're all different.
Yeah.
So what comes out should sound original.
Right?
If
you're being yourself.
If you're being yourself, yeah. And talk about In Your Body, because you're like the chorus.
Yeah.
Like it's something in my body. It's something in my. And what is it actually about?
That song, like I said, I'm doing science fiction, cinematic, adventure rap right now. You know what I mean? I ain't talking about, I talked about the thotties. I talked about the parties. I talked about it. Like, and that's what's being talked about.
But it's in your head. You're like, I can't get it out of my head.
So, but my favorite movie genre is science fiction.
Mine too. I love science fiction.
I love taking
it's original. That's why I like it.
Yeah, and most science fiction movies take a concept and just blow it out of proportion with weirdness and what could be in the future or what happens if this happens. And I wanted to take that from my music. So the simple concept of, okay, there's something in my body, but taking you on a ride, because I acknowledge that there's something in my body. In a song, I never say if I liked it or not. I never said that I don't want it to be there. I'm just describing the experience of what I feel, and I'm taking the good with the bad. I'm just telling you what it is, but it's not like, get this out of me, or, oh, this is the best in my body, the worst. I'm not saying.
You're saying something in my body.
Something in my body, and this is what happened. I could feel it moving, even with no music. I could feel it grooving, grabbing, grinding. They said they would find me. Office light was blinding. Had to sing my piece, tried to speak, I was miming. Mouth wide shut, couldn't move, couldn't talk. They knew everything, had my life in the top. Things I never seen, man, I think I had enough. Thought it was a dream, but there's something in my body. You know what I mean? Like that's describing more of a movie scene than singing about.
Well, it could be like in a novel.
In a novel, right? And
it's giving you a picture.
Right.
It's not exact, but it's giving you a visual.
Exactly. And so I'm just describing. The greater concept is it's off my project called Purple Pill. We dropping that soon.
Not the blue, not the red, the purple pill.
The purple pill. And the purple pill is talking about, like I said, science fiction, my favorite genre. The Matrix is my favorite movie of all time. The first one.
Yeah, first one.
The other 9 don't exist to me. The other sequels don't exist. The first one is a masterpiece. Every time I watch it, and so I'll make my girlfriend rewatch it with me a bunch of times. I always find something new. I'll be like, oh, there's so many Easter eggs in there, and I love that kind of storytelling. But anyway, you know, with Instagram, with social media, you know, we're making our avatars. We're like human avatars. We can take pimples off with apps. We can make our bodies look crazy, you know, and upload it on the Instagram or TikTok. Yeah. We can make ourselves look however we want to look. In the Matrix, you're digitally presenting yourself a certain way. On the ship, they're bald. They're wearing gray clothes. Mm-hmm. When they plug in, hair slicked back, dark shades. They don't look like that on the ship. That's how they're digitally presenting themselves. That's how they want to be perceived in the Matrix. And they can do that just by thinking it. We're presenting ourselves. Girls are making their butt look a different way just by standing a certain way. That's not their ass. That's not real. I mean, it is, but like, you know what I mean? Like, dudes be doing stuff with abs, bro. It's some weird stuff with abs. People are making themselves look however they want to look, and it's a false representation, maybe. Or your digital value could be more than you sitting in a room.
Well, eventually, maybe.
Right?
Yeah. It's something in the body.
Right? It's something, and it's fake, it's real. What's fake, what's real? That's a big line on the project, so... Yeah, Purple Pill. What's fake? What's real? Just keep that in mind.
And this will be a EP?
This is an EP. It's like Black Mirror, one of my favorite
Oh, yeah, Black
series.
Mirror is sick.
This is my Black Mirror. I don't have the funding for a TV show. I can't get like I can't shoot 10 episodes because I love science fiction. I got all these weird ideas. Mm-hmm. But I got music. I got a microphone.
You can write.
And I can write.
You write.
So
you can write a script.
I made my Purple Pill. I made my Black Mirror, and it's called Purple Pill, and it's coming out September. We're going to do Purple Pill. And science fiction. Ooh, science faction. Hold on.
Yeah, science faction.
History right here. Science faction. Remember we heard of, I'm doing science faction cinematic rap, and we telling stories based on, like I said, how we presenting ourselves today. What's fake, what's real.
So will In My Body be part of that?
In My Body is on Purple Pill.
Okay.
And it's a ride. It's one of the more experimental tracks on the project.
So is it gonna be, what you can tell me, is some of it gonna be instrumental? Is it be you vocally as well? Obviously vocally.
I'm vocaled out. Everything. Full-fledged songs. In My Body was gonna be mostly instrumental song. Mm-hmm. Mostly. It was just like it was just like in a trance. You could just get locked in there with the groove and the drum. But my boy...
And the bass line, too.
Yeah. I found that that's a Logic bass, too. It's called Worm bass. Anyway, my boy, John, who heard the song, we were supposed to do a video for... I got another track called Heart of a Machine. We were supposed to do a video for that, but I let my boy John hear the whole project, and he heard In My Body. And it was short. I had like the first verse and like the something in my body, and it was just instrumental and fade out. It was supposed to be like a cool little interlude or something. He was like, dude... we need to do a video for this song. I'm like, bro, this is just the interlude. Like, I'm not doing a 45-second video. He's like, you need to make it a full song.
The interlude was instrumental then?
It was a lot. It was like 50-50. Something in my body stopped, and then it was just beat, and then it faded out. And he was like, you need to make this a whole song. I'm telling you. You need to. So we shot the video for it. It's very cinematic.
You already did this.
The video's done. It is getting color graded. We getting some visual effects on it too. They knew my inspiration, my movies that I like. So I got a science science fiction music video. And
Nice.
yeah.
This is the first track off of it.
First in My Body is the first track off of Purple Pill, dropping September. And it's like I said, it's my Black Mirror. It's my Twilight Zone. It's my, you know what I mean? It's 6 stories, all tied together by a strand, but, 6 separate stories of what's fake, what's real in this world where your digital image could be more valuable than your actual person. You know what I mean?
So it's pretty much done then?
It's done. The project is done.
Okay.
I need that video so I could promote it.
Yeah,
so I could get the streams up. I could use that when the project drop. And Purple Pill, it's legendary. It's a classic. They took my my EP cover down, but you saw my EP cover, right?
Oh, that's gonna be it.
Yeah, Screaming.
Because it was on the like the keyboards, and you're in this kind of like a studio.
I was in my room, and
It doesn't even look like you're laying on the keyboard though. It looks like you cut and paste your body on it.
No, I wasn't on the keyboard. I was on the ground. You know what I'm talking about? See, they should have never took it down. But yeah, I was on the ground. I was screaming.
They gave you your 15 seconds right there.
Dang, Carmen, I thought she was leaving it up.
Yeah, I thought so too.
But yeah. So the album cover accurately describes what the project is gonna be. It's just like when you look at it, it's like what is going on. So I want to bring in more cinematic feel, more.
Well, that's what you're feeling right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another song that popped in mind that was instrumental that I really like was the one with the saxophones.
Bum, 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 bum. Oh yeah.
Is it Young?
Young Free or Young Free Wild. I don't know. Young Free, something like that.
Yeah, that's something that you came out in 2020 as well, I believe. And
that song did well in like Sweden or something. I was checking the numbers. The song was doing good. I wish I knew about a Target advertisement. I would have definitely took some ads out in Sweden and just kept pumping it. I still can probably.
You can, yeah.
Yeah, that song went crazy. They was loving that.
Yeah, I'll mention some things after we're done. I'll tell you
right.
what successful things that's worked for me.
Put me on.
So, but that's totally another conversation. But
one that must be had.
Yeah, you must promote for people to hear and see, right?
I just found that out with this song, In My Body. Best song I've dropped, best release, best, just in the first.
Well, I mean, what do you expect? You release a song and whether you have 1,000 followers, 100 followers, 50,000 followers, how many people are actually going to go click the link and listen to
nobody told me, bro.
Well, I mean, you found out.
Dropped 30 songs and I thought I had to find out your friends are not your fan base. Did you know that?
I did know
your
that.
Friends are not your fans, man.
In the beginning, you're making music, right? And you're like, you want people to hear your music, so you share it with your friends, and they have an opinion, but maybe it's not the type of music they're like, because like you said, they're your friends, so they should be supportive, but technically, would they if you were someone that wasn't their friend, would they go see you in a show? Do they like your sound? It's a little bit of a different question.
Yeah, your friends like you, they like you, you're funny, they like how thoughtful you are. They don't care, they don't necessarily care about your music, and that's fine.
But we live in a world with several billion people, and there are people that are gonna like your music.
Yeah, I had one of my other homies. He showed me how to, run the ads and all the specifications, and I was just like, oh, your friends are not gonna do it, folks. It's not gonna happen for most people. Anything's possible, but friends are friends. Not fans. Yeah,
and say your friends, this is real quick, but say your friends follow you on your Spotify, just for example. They're not real fans, so that's not going to be appropriate for the Spotify algorithm.
It's going to give them the algorithm bad information.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but again, another conversation.
Yes. I'm about to get some good info.
So your journey right now, you are making experimental sci-fi, science faction.
Science faction. I hope nobody is using that, because that was a
well, you heard it first right here.
Yeah, if it does exist, you heard it first here. I'll take that.
So you're all wrapped up with this. Mm-hmm. Have you been working on music since? What is coming out? Is it now?
So
since you have the project, because you're always working on something, it seems like.
Right now, I've been getting hit up through me just being myself and putting up random clips of me playing the keyboard, rapping.
Are you? So you're on all? You're on Instagram, obviously.
Yeah, I'm on TikTok. TikTok has started going. My TikTok is growing way faster than my Instagram, and it's the same content. I don't understand how it works, but I'm gonna surpass. I have like 4,000 followers on Instagram. Yeah. People are reaching out to me. They want to work on tracks, and I used to get discouraged because like I would highly produce because I got a whole setup at the crib. I'd set it up, record in the Logic, right? Take the audio, bounce it with the camera footage, and then put it up and get no numbers from it. And I was just like, I'm not doing this. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna go through all this trouble to get 50 likes and like 600 views. So everything now is just off my phone. Does way better. Some of them are still only like 50, 60 likes, but I just post them. I don't care. Like it's always one. It's the right people can see it. The right people out of those 60 people who liked it can be somebody or someone who can help advance you or someone who has information or, if you tried this, I bet. And it's just like, stop trying to go viral and hit it out the park every time. Just post and be consistent. That's the best thing I could do. That's when people started hitting me up.
Yeah, it's free marketing, technically. They just steal your information.
That's it. That's fine. Take it, bro. You got everything. Everybody got everything. Yeah.
Well, now it's Matrix.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Science fiction.
Purple Pill. Coming soon.
September 2022.
Coming soon, guys. It's taking me far, man. I started playing with my church band like 4 months ago. My pastor, TikTok, social media. My pastor saw me. Yeah, he saw me on there. He was like, yo, would love to have you in the band. I was nervous. I'm like, I don't know nothing about gospel music. And if y'all know gospel music, they be in and out of the key. They be jumping around. It's hard to keep track of that stuff, and it is hard. So I was a little nervous, but I ended up playing with my church band. I'm going on 4 months now. That's accelerated me fast. That's a fire accelerator, playing with your church.
How often do you practice or rehearse?
So they'll send the song. Like today, I should be getting a song from the music director. I'll pull it up.
Oh, you just practice on your own?
Yeah, but we have a rehearsal every Saturday for 2 hours.
Because you do, is it on Sunday?
So I'll pull it up. Figure out the key, find the chord progression. Once I get the chord progression, figure out the melody. Actually, I learned the melody first, then the chord progression. Then figure out the scales and how to mess around with it, and then just drill it over and over again. And then on Saturday, when we rehearse with the band, my keyboard player tells me everything I'm doing is wrong, and then I got to relearn everything before church the next day. And that's the routine pretty much. Yeah.
But you're only getting better at it.
Fast. Yeah. Fast.
Yeah, I mean, because you're playing in a band, so there you go.
Gotta go fast too. Keyboard player be giving you looks when something ain't right, and to get less of those looks, you gotta start doing it right. So I was like, all right. Once he started nodding his head at me, I'm like, all right.
I mean,
doing something.
I always found it for me when I had to do like the recital, I always mess up. Maybe it was because being very nervous. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm just like
for no reason, just get a stiff hand real quick.
It's like, when you're at home, you do it perfectly, right? You're just flowing. It's always
hailing at home.
Yeah, it's when you get in front of an audience that's it's just another ball game. But practice, it's all about practice.
That's it. I practice every day as much as I can because I was like, how else can I be different? I was like, I'm gonna spit the hardest bars and play guitar. You gotta have to deal with that. You're gonna have to deal with that as another MC, right? If I'm done spitting some fire and then I hit a solo, I'm like, who else is doing that? Let me learn. And that was a driving force for a long time. Now I love music. I want to learn more music. But like before, I was just like, I'm gonna kill these niggas. I'm gonna kill these niggas. I can't wait. So that's the goal. Hit the stage, crank the amp. Y'all know me, so psycho.
You're singing as well, right?
I hit the notes.
Or you like background?
I could Drake it. You know what I'm saying? We hit the note. We don't have to do nothing crazy. You get to the note and you get to the next one. You don't got to be Whitney Houston.
You're an octave lower.
Just hit the note.
Lower.
As long as you hit the note, you're home. That's it. That's what I do. I hit the note. Don't expect nothing else.
Where can we see you perform then?
I'm trying to set that up. I'm trying to have a release
in the church.
Party. Oh, I'm about to say. I thought you were talking about a Purple Pill drop in September. But for the church, come to Ramp Church LA. I love my church. Shout out to Pastor Nick. Shout out to everybody at Ramp Church LA. You could come on Sundays. We start at 2:30. Come get some God up in you. Get some blessings for the week, and get the juice you need.
Sweet. So back to Purple Pill. When can we see performing of that?
I'm trying to say I want to do a video. It would be ideal to have a video. I want to play the video.
Well, you have the video done. Oh, you're doing color correcting on the video.
I want to play the video. I want to perform the songs off the project, and then have like a exclusive bundle to actually sell there before I put it on streaming. So I'll probably do that. I want to do it like 2 weeks before I actually drop it on streaming, and try to do merch and stuff like that. So I've been hitting up a few venues. If you know someplace, let me know. Let me know what y'all doing here, man. This is hardcore.
Well, like I said, well, I told you, they do more like events, like a certain type of events, and I've never seen anyone perform, not even on their.
Look at this stage.
I mean, look at, they have a DJ booth up there.
Yeah, they got to do something with that. That's hardcore right there. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to Carmen.
Yeah, email.
Yeah. Hi to whomever it concerns.
So what else? I mean, if you have anything else.
What else? Like I said, I'm acting. I'm doing big things.
Oh, yeah,
Guys,
you are
acting will help you a lot with your music more than you realize. Like, I did not come out.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the acting, but that came.
Yeah, I do. Come on.
Yeah, because you're SAG.
I'm SAG.
You're SAG.
I got the card on me. No, I don't, but I'm SAG, baby. It feels good. That's quite the accomplishment, man. A lot of people, it's a lot of people who have success who haven't tried. Like, you'll look at people like, how did they get there? Like, how is this person signed by a label and they don't do X, Y, Z? I feel like that's how some actors look at me, like some of my actor friends. I did not come out here for acting. I haven't been acting that long. I'm in some movies. I'm in a big movie that's going to be coming out in the next year or so. There's some television shows, some commercials, and it's just like off of something that is not in my hierarchy, but something I'm doing well at.
So you have an agent then?
I have an agent.
Yeah,
I got a manager. They're doing great. They're doing wonders. They believe in me, signed me when I had no credentials, no credits. She just said, you know what? I don't usually sign people without credits, but I like you. We're going to try it out. We'll try
Do you
it for a
believe
year
her, though?
I did.
You don't think they say that to everybody?
No, I come to find out, I didn't know this, but my manager is like has a pretty good reputation for being like,
Oh, you didn't do your
picky and
research?
No, I thought acting would just be like another stream of income. I was like, let me just get a manager.
No, I was saying with the manager because there's a lot of scam artists out there, obviously.
If they would have asked me to pay, like I had a homie who had to pay like $5,000.
Yeah, you never want to pay.
Why are you paying an agent $5,000? Anyway, as long as I didn't have to pay nothing, sign me up. Another stream of income.
Yeah, they make money off of you. It's a percentage.
Yeah, so I'm blessed. See, I'm really blessed for real. And that's doing all these auditions. I've done hundreds of auditions. My girlfriend helps me all the time. She gets frustrated. I get my little ring light. I'm dragging it around the house. Like, come on, babe, I got this audition. I'm like repeating the words because I didn't go over it. It's doing like 5 hours. I'm like, come on, babe, help me with my memory. Trying to learn paragraphs of dialogue.
Oh, monologues.
Come on. Helps you with the bars, helps you retain information, helps you with a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Looking, I had acting class for like 2 weeks or a month. Shout out to Lyle. Like 2 hours each session of just like getting told what I'm not doing right for like 2 hours at a time. Just like simple things like don't lean your head, stop licking your lips, like don't blink, like all these little things that help you perform to a camera as a rapper on stage. It all translates. Like, don't move so much.
Yeah.
Focus your energy. You know what I mean? Like, it's
difficult.
Like, yo, acting will make you a better musician. You heard it here first. No one's giving you these gems. It's made me a better performer. It's all performing. So, yeah, shout out to acting. Shout out to acting as a craft. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
What, can you say the movie?
No.
I can't say it yet.
But I can't wait.
When is it? What time of month is it coming out? Or what time of year, rather?
You know what? They had like a 40-day shoot. You got to edit. You got to go on a promo run. It could be early next year.
Okay.
Could be early next year.
So you have a significant role in there. would you say?
I think it's significant. I think it's notable. I think it's gonna be.
Were you
standout
SAG
role.
before that, or this got you SAG?
That got me SAG.
Right.
That's when it was like, yo,
No.
you want to be in this movie? It's time to pay $3,000, buddy. No more booking these roles and not paying the union. So that's what did it.
Yeah.
That's what
Well, they'll
did
get
it.
you eventually. I mean, because you only could do so many non-union until they get on your ass.
I was out here shaking and moving, man. I was booking little by little by little. They added up fast. So yeah, you should. Do you act?
Well, I was telling your
You
girlfriend.
got a lot of skits on your page. You playing like 5 characters.
Well, I was telling your girlfriend off before we came on. Yeah, my background was theater. So when you're describing all that, I'm like this guy, like because I want to move, And taking TV classes was an eye opening because like you gotta stay in the frame.
Things don't read on camera well.
Yeah, on stage you have to use your face. You have to use everything to be alive, not consistently throughout the whole show. Either if you're just standing there, you're dead. No, you're not. So. Yeah, and I like doing my own thing now.
Yeah, I love the stuff you're doing, man. You're hilarious.
Yeah, I just, to do that like continually a lot. It's just like that stuff. When I'm like, those videos I did, I'm like, I'm going to make a video today. Just easy. I just set up a camera, boom, 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 done. It's like ideas for me and creating just comes naturally as well.
Yeah.
So it just takes the effort. Like, do I actually want to be in 5 different wigs today with a little bit of makeup and outfits?
You have pubic wigs?
Yeah, that one, yes. That one just fit perfect
There's
between
an
my legs.
amazing skit that Mr. Zebra did where, was that a man thong or just, what were you wearing? What was that?
It's a man, yeah. It's like a man pouch.
A curly fro coming from underneath the thong. And I was like, is that a pubic wig or just a regular wig?
We could call it a pubic wig.
It was curly, it was red. Wow. I don't know why.
The title of my next album, Pubic Wig.
That. Yeah. You do push-ups before you do your skits?
No.
Dude is swole. This dude is swole.
Well, that's a translation on camera.
You're
Some
swole,
people
bro.
just look good on camera. You know how they say it adds like 50 pounds? It adds like 50 pounds in my chest.
Swole, bro. I need that routine. Push-ups, what I got to do? Calisthenics? You a calisthenics dude?
Oh, I used to do gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't been in the weight room since 2021 October.
You still swole, bro.
Well, I told you I was working out all my life, so. But now it's just I do yoga and running right now. But I'll go back to the gym probably at the end of the year just to amp up again. But
Yeah.
I don't need to really do as much. I worked out all my life since I was a little kid.
You chilling, bro. Don't even trip.
Yeah.
Just keep doing push-ups. You seem like you got it covered, man. Keep it up. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger used to use his platform of when I got into working out when I was like 13. My brother had these old VHS tapes, and I used to had Luke for the Hulk and Arnold, and they showed all their workouts, and I just took what they were working out and I wrote it all down, like modified it, and this is what I'm gonna do, and I just did it, twice a week.
That's what's up.
Twice a week for a very.
How old were you?
Well, I started in 13.
You gotta.
And then because my brother had a weight set in the summertime, I saw these videos. I'm like, oh, I like that. And I got addicted. It was just something I really loved doing.
You did it right.
It wasn't like just part of physical, but it was about the feeling of like just exercising. I loved it. And that's always become very easy to me. I love being active, So it became hand in hand when you love it. And then the benefits, you're going to look good too. So
Yeah, I ain't started working out till college.
Yeah.
I wish I figured it out earlier, but yeah,
well, college is good. That's when most people,
that's when I figured it out.
I had weight class in high school. It was offered. So when I was a sophomore, then I just went straight into that. So
I'm inspired.
yeah.
I'm about to get back in shape, bro. If you got some routines you want to send me, send it to your boy. I'm trying to get back in shape.
All right.
I'm trying to get back in shape, man.
All right. Maybe. Yeah.
He's like, I'm not giving you my secrets
It's
or my pubic wig. All right, bro. I don't need it, man.
You can wear
It's
it.
cool. No, I'm not wearing it. I'm not wearing it. You got it, dude.
All right. So, do you have a? Let me see.
How much time we got? How much time we burnt through?
We can wrap this up. It's almost time. So,
Closing time.
any more? Do you have any advice to give others?
Look, you have the foundation of everything moving forward. You have to believe in yourself. You have to have. I read that Russ book. Shout out to Russ. Delusional. You have to believe it when no one else believes it. You got to see it when it can't even be seen yet. Believe in yourself first. Have no doubt in the consistency of putting in time and effort into practicing whatever it is you want to do. If you say you want to have a bakery one day, you should be baking every day or looking up recipes. If you say you want to do podcasting, you should be recording on your phone every day. It's believing in yourself and having the consistency. That's where the belief, that's where the faith and the work come together. Faith without works is dead. If you say you're going to do something, you got to prove it by, moving. Proving is moving. Is that a good phrase? Proving it is moving it. Okay. Yeah. So get up, be consistent. Do not be like me. I took forever to really believe in myself. I had to see other people, how other people did things. And it's just like, if nobody ever came around, just had that belief and faith that you can do it. It took me to see other people processes like, oh, I can do that. Sometimes it's what it takes. But if you want to do it, if it's in your heart, it's in your heart. That's where you start. You start in your heart. It starts in the heart. Am I full of phrases right now? It starts in the heart. And to prove it, you have to move it. And that's science faction.
I was thinking the same thing.
You dig?
Yeah.
You dig me?
And then how can anyone find you?
You could find me. You could find me. I forgot what song that reminded me of. You could find me at J.O The Show. You can find me on Instagram at J.O The Show. On TikTok, J.O The Show. On Spotify, J.O The Show. Apple Music, J.O The Show. I'm everywhere I'm supposed to be.
Spotify?
Spotify. Purple Pill drop in September 2022. It is my Black Mirror. It is my science faction adventure extraordinaire. It is something to really listen to, and you'll see it when you listen to it. That's how beautiful it is. It's detailed. It's all in the lyrics.
Sweet. You want to play a little?
Let's play something. Yo, I'm cracked out on the coffee. If I start, you know what I'm saying? It's because, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Okay, there we go.
My name is J.O The Show, and I want you to try this at home. You know what I mean? When I look at my page, it's low views, low likes. How could you be so rude to a nigga so nice? It'd be cool to go viral, but tell me what's the price? I mean, I'm asking for a friend. I need some good advice. I don't wanna do that dance, do pranks on my friends. If I start acting goofy, tell me, will it ever end? I'm at the bottom of the cup. They tell me be patient, cream rises to the top. That's not what's at the top. I'm solid as a rock, but should I be rock bottom? Keep my goals in the scope. If I spot them, then I got them. Green Goblin, need cheese for my fees and deposits. I hit the next level, then I jumped out of my rocket. I ain't stopping. Showtime. Yeah.
J.O The Show.
Showtime, Show Money, Purple Pill.
September 2020.
Science faction.
All right,
All
man.
addition, no subtraction. You know what I mean?
It's an attraction.
He said it. I don't got to say it. He said it. I'm trapped.
All right, man. Thank you. Thanks for coming on, and
Anytime. Have me back.
for sure, Science Faction. When
Science
that one
Faction.
comes out,
Science faction guaranteed.
you'll be back.
We'll be back. I'm back like a spine, baby.
All right. Thank you. J.O. The Show out.
Holla.
You're listening to the Tastemakers
with Zebra and Jeebs
on Dash Radio.